Hi, and welcome along to AFTV News Daily. I hope you guys have had yourself a brilliant day. It is Friday tonight, and normally on a Friday, you might be getting ready to go out, going down a pub, going to the club, party time. But at the moment, that can't work. That can't work because we're still in lockdown. But to vibes up the place, I've got Kelechi.
Hi, my brother. Hold on, yeah. Hey. Baby roll, baby roll, baby roll. Hey. Original agenda. Baby roll. Baby roll, baby roll, baby roll. Original agenda. My brother, you're welcome. Hey.
I miss you, man. I miss you. I miss this guy, man. I miss this guy. He's still got that mic as well.
My brother, in check, no problem.
How you been doing, man?
We are keeping safe. Been indoors now more than 2 months, not gone anywhere, play my part, to protect the NHS, to protect the people, and hopefully we'll keep getting good results, the rates will keep coming down and we'll be out of this as soon as possible. So I'm keeping safe.
Yeah, you're looking a bit trim there, man. Like
I'm not working out, it's God. I just cut down my diet, you understand? Eat heavy, 0-1-0. Eat heavy in the afternoon. Drink smoothie in the night. Don't eat in the morning. That's all. And I'm done.
Yeah, so that's your technique. So nothing in the morning.
You have to be fit, you understand? To support the team from the house, you understand?
So nothing in the morning.
Nothing in the morning at all.
Then a big dinner.
Huh?
Then a big meal.
Yeah, big meal, yeah.
And then a smoothie at night.
Yeah, that's it.
Well,
after this live chat, I take my normal smoothie and call it a day.
Oh, nice, man. Nice. Well done. I like that. I like that, man. Yeah, I mean, keeping fit, keeping healthy with this, it's really good. You know what I mean?
Very nice. Very necessary in these times. We need to give the body, in case the virus enters at any time, you need to give your body the fighting chance. You understand?
Yeah, true.
A lot of vitamin C, a lot of lemon, lime, ginger every day. Just give come and time chance.
Yeah, of course, football back tomorrow. The Bundesliga returns. Will you be watching it?
Of course. I feel I've missed football for a very long time, so I watch anything now, even Augsburg versus Mainz or something. I'm gonna watch it. Just
who are you supporting?
Ideally, I support BVB. Borussia Dortmund. Even after you went to Dortmund that time to do a documentary about them, their fans, I really fell in love, too again, and they enhanced it. But now I'm thinking Bayern, you understand? Because my boy is there, Gnabry, and he's still repping Arsenal, you understand?
Gnabry, yeah.
Boy Gnabry, and after what they did to Chelsea, you understand? I need them to continue that momentum in case they play Chelsea again. So I will be supporting Bayern. I'll break the norm. I know most of us support Borussia Dortmund, but let me just go to Bayern. Although
no, I can't be buying, man. Remember what they've done to us.
No, that one is gone. It's long gone. So
long gone, man. It still brings back nightmares.
I'm BVB, but let me just side with Bayern. Small.
No, that Bayern, that brings back nightmares, man. I still remember that. But it is going to be interesting to see how the Bundesliga gets on, because obviously we're watching it very closely over here. We're looking to follow mid-June. Do you think that's the right move for the Premier League to be coming back?
Yes. I mean, I think the country needs it. I think the economy needs it. I think we all need it for our mental health, for at least some bit of entertainment, because everybody has been stagnant for a long time. So I think we need football back. Football unites this country. I think we need it back, but it has to be done in a very safe way, because I care about the players as well and the staff and everybody that'll be working. So once it's considered safe to return, like the German Bundesliga has been considered safe, then we can return at least to some bit of normalcy, because it is really, really needed. It is really needed.
Yeah. And they're talking about June the 12th, possibly June the 19th. To bring it back, and it will be similar to this. Obviously be behind closed doors, but basically they're going to be following, as I said, very closely what's happening tomorrow.
Yeah, of course. Although I've heard rumors of no tackling, but I don't think that's true. But it will be interesting to see what the players say on the pitch. there might be some F words and broadcasters apologizing regularly,
Yeah, no, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, because I remember watching the Man United Europa League game, and when Igalo scored, I think Igalo was telling what's his name, the Portuguese guy, to pass the ball, and he kept ranting, pass the ball, and you could hear clearly. Even when he scored, you could hear the net. I'm like, wow, this would be
really that's it. You know what? I didn't think about that. Yeah, how are they going to cut out all them, all the swear words? If a player, you know what, as well, probably you can imagine they're probably going to be the clubs talking to their players and saying, "Yo, listen, keep the swearing down, but also keep slating. You know, where you have a go at another player, where another player ain't passed to you, and why didn't you effing pass me the ball? You rare." You know what the newspapers and that like they pick that up. That's headlines. You know what I mean? I didn't even think about that. You know, I didn't think about that.
About behind closed doors. Because when I watched, I remember Flex was there as well. And even from his coverage, you could hear the players, like clearly hear the players. I'm like, wow, this will be interesting.
Yeah, that's going to put an interesting angle on it.
Again, it might also work in our favor because, you know, a lot of people are saying, no, Arsenal don't have leaders. Arsenal, there might be some silent leaders in the team that talk to the players that you don't hear. Now you see them shout and they say, Luis guy say, yo, fall back. And you're like, oh, that's a leader. So it can work in our favor. I don't know. But
you might hear them cuss it.
Xhaka,
you idiot. What? You know what? I honestly, you brought something up that I really wasn't thinking of, and that is so true. That's going to be really interesting.
I know these cameras, these microphones are picking up stuff. So either because you know they have pitch side microphones, so maybe remove those microphones. We might not hear much. Yeah. You know, but you need to take care of those things. I'd love
to hear what's going on, man. I want to hear what's going on because I've been to sort of like friendlies before, and I've been quite close, and you can sometimes hear a few things, but you're still but there with behind closed. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But like you said, they're probably going to turn the mics down and that so that we can't hear the fullness of what's going on. League Two though are saying in the EFL, they're saying that they're going to basically they voted to end their season. So in League Two, they're not going to complete the season.
I mean, it's a sad situation. Obviously, it hurts to see it, especially when you've worked for like 2/3 of the season to top the league and stuff, and all of a sudden it gets taken out from you. You know, that's why I'm always, keen for every league, no matter what, to complete the season. But I can understand it, so we wish them well. Hopefully they will bounce back. Hopefully the virus pandemic will not really impact on their finances and stuff because, everybody's trying to save his or her club, so it's a sad situation, but it's understandable.
Yeah, and then I sort of see as well today that in Belgium, they've awarded Club Brugge the title because remember, like their league, just like a bit like all the other leagues, have stopped, but they're not coming back. Bit like how they're doing it in France, they're not coming back, and they've awarded the title to Club Brugge, which again, this shows again why over here it'd be great to get the league finished because I don't like that awarding people, things and that. It's just not right to me.
Sometimes, if the gap is much, that they're going to win it, just like Liverpool. I don't mind it. In as much as I want. My problem is finishing for the lower teams. That's why I want you to really finish because for me, Liverpool, they've already won it. I think Club Brugge have already won it. I don't know if I remember clearly. I think they had only one game.
PSG was awarded it as well.
Yeah, PSG was awarded as well, and some other clubs are going to sue as well. So you can understand why the clubs want to sue. Like, I don't deserve to go down. I have a fighting chance of going up. That's why Gary Neville was saying yesterday that if they cancel the league, it's going to be unfair to the bottom three clubs. And I'm like, but you're saying cancel, you're saying don't cancel it. Bro, what are you saying today? Cancel tomorrow. Oh, if you cancel, it's not going to be fair.
Yeah, Gary Neville, he's a flip-flopping on this subject, isn't he?
Yeah, he's been flip-flopping a lot. He goes anywhere the whole nation is going, I guess. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, because I know he's been kind of against the league coming back too early, which I think everybody is anyway, to be fair. But I was just wondering the other day, especially at first when he was coming out pretty, Gary Neville, he's very outspoken. He was coming out pretty harsh about the Premier League, even thinking about coming back. And then I'll think to myself, well, When it comes back, come June the 12th or the 19th, will you be there commentating?
He will, obviously. I read somewhere today that they asked Klopp what he's been doing, what did he observe or whatever during this lockdown. He said, well, that he just knows that guy never has an opinion about everything. Has an opinion about everything. I don't know. He's entitled to his opinion, and I respect it. But we have to focus on one thing. If for me, if Germany can do it in a safe way, in a safe mode, then why not England? We can do it. So, and we need football, like I said, for the economy. We need football for lives in this country. We need football for workers as well. There are workers that use football. I mean, you and I go into the club shop, and our friends there that work there, I want them to retain their jobs. You go through the turnstiles to see our friends that are stewards as well. I've done stewarding before. I know what it feels like. And that's why when you see me, I relate with them very well. And I want them to really lose their jobs. And I don't want anybody to lose their job. So I see footballers now, to be honest, with this thing they are doing as frontline workers as well. That's how I'm going to be viewing them, as frontline workers, because you're risking something for me to stay home and stop the spread too. So as the health workers in the hospital, yes, they get more importance and they are doing a lovely job. But if you come outside to play as well, I'm going to still respect you. I mean, subject to your decision, and I know there's a consent form and everything. But I'm going to see that, okay, you want me to stay at home and be entertained at your own risk as well, and I appreciate it as well. So all this government, but I just want them to finish the league when it's safe to finish it. That's what I want.
Yeah. Lots of comments coming in, by the way. Jabenga says, big up to Kelechi. I enjoy his charisma a lot. Robbie, even if Dagenham and Redbridge were playing Colchester tomorrow, the world would watch. Really miss football a lot. Mr. Rotten says, is he the Nigerian that's going to buy our club?
We are making inroads, we are not really commenting on that. I mean, you asked me and Copy the other day on your show. We could not really comment on that, but
it's not you that's buying it, though.
Found that.
It's not you that's buying it, though.
There's not me that's buying it. I don't have that yet.
Well, Kelechi, the big talking point today is about Lucas Torreira. Now, I don't know if you saw the comments that came from his representative, or his agent, but I'll read you the comment. These are quotes from Pablo Bentancur, who's a representative. I don't know in what capacity, whether he's his agent or he's just a representative, but he's a representative of Lucas Torreira. And he said Lucas had been in a bad mood over some technical differences. Then he recovered. And no doubt he's talking about his time under Unai Emery. And then he goes on to say, and the injury arrived, fortunately, less serious than expected. Today, he's completely recovered. I believe he will be a market man. I will have to speak to Arsenal. The player would love to return to Italy, but it must be acknowledged that Arsenal treated him very well and behaved great. Now, what do you read into that? I mean, remember, it's not Torreira saying it. It's his agent or representative, and he says, I will have to speak to Arsenal. The player would love to return to Italy. What does that tell you?
Well, I mean, I don't think there's been any secret of him wanting to return to Italy. I think last season he was linked to AC Milan.
Yeah.
So the rumors have been there. And it's possible that, when South Americans come over here, they actually feel more homesick. Take in context the quote by God, what's his name? The Argentina player in PSG, that his wife said Manchester the food was this and that. What's his name? That played for Man United. God, what am I thinking?
Tevez?
No.
Who? Which player? Which players?
Oh God.
Oh, Di Maria.
Di Maria, yeah. His wife came out last week to say Manchester, and blasted the town, the food, everything. So South Americans, find it difficult to settle in England, So he might be homesick. Not really homesick, like maybe he wants to go to Italy. Taking question as well, Zeko's comments yesterday, 2 days ago about coming to Everton. He was like, "Well, coming to the ring and stay." So they like going to Italy, probably the sunshine and everything. So I get that. But on the flip side as well, like he said in the comments, the technical aspect of the game, like you said about Unai Emery, he wasn't really playing. Then with Arteta, well, he's been playing, but I think Arteta prefers Ceballos at the moment. I think that he should stay and fight for his place. Is he homesick? I think he is, and I think maybe he might want to return. But I think he has grown in stature as a player that you want to go to like an AC Milan. At the moment, they are not that great anymore. So maybe if a Juventus comes in, you say, okay, fair play, or Inter Milan, okay. But if you're only being linked to one club, then I don't see him going.
Yeah.
Will his money, if he goes, will his money fund Partey? I'm sure most Arsenal fans will say, well, fair play, thank you for your services.
I mean, to fund Partey, we've been told that like Partey would be like £45 million, right? That's his release clause.
Yeah.
We won't get 40, not in this current market, we won't get 40 million for Torreira.
At least they will recoup. I'm not saying they should sell him. I want him to stay. I love the player. I really love the player. I want him to stay. I want him to play partner with Xhaka in midfield if possible, because I know we don't have money to purchase any player at the moment. I know that we are broke, and I know that Ceballos might not even come back. We can't even buy Ceballos at this time. I mean, he can return back from his loan to Madrid, and we are done. So if he stays, I mean, I'll like it. He has shown, enough glimpses to convince me that he's good. He won last season. He won 3 Man of the Match awards in a row, something like that. Sometime, and you're like, the boy is good. So yes, he hasn't been able to settle as he would have wanted. Again, that might be due to Emery playing him further up front. But I want the kid to stay, and hopefully Arteta, with his man management skills, convinces him. But here's the thing: Arteta has come out to say, if your body language is "I want to go," then you're gonna go. So we are keen to see what's gonna happen there. So it hasn't come from it; has come from his agent, like you rightly said. So let's see how it plays out.
Yeah, I mean, what a time to come out with this as well. I mean, remember, we're not in no transfer market stuff or anything at the moment. We still got games and still got the season to finish. And and like you said, in light of what Arteta said the other day about, if somebody's in doubt with being at Arsenal, we rather them not being here. That's not really the right. I mean, I wonder if he's pretty angry with his agent right now for coming out and saying those things. You know what I mean? Because that's
like the agent will tell you, I'm doing my job. I need to get you the best deals. So that's what these players do. They leave everything to the special. So they have a financial advisor.
Is that best deal out there right now? I mean, in this current climate, I mean, we paid £26 million for him. He's still young, still only 24. Uruguay international, top player. Like you said, we haven't seen the best of him at Arsenal for some reason or another. Neither manager really has trusted him 100% yet. He seems to always get substituted a lot.
I'm sorry, it's Emery that cost all this. In the first season when he came, he played well. He was almost our player of the season. He played really well.
Fans love him.
Yeah, you changed the formula and started pushing him off front. Why? Because what, you want to create another Ramsey in him or what? I didn't get that. Play people where they can operate effectively. Yes, he can operate there. He scored a few goals as well. Remember Liverpool away. He scored a few goals playing in that position. But it's not his position. So what are you doing? You're making the boy look, somehow kamikaze in the eyes of the fans. And that is actually not his position. So I have to sympathize with him. He has gone through a lot. He performed very well in his preferred position. And we were doing wonders. The game against Tottenham comes to mind. And then you later changed it. Why are you changing it? So the boy has the right to feel aggrieved.
Lots of very good questions coming in regarding this subject, obviously, and we want to hear from you guys and find out how you're feeling about it. Bill Hemmett says he's not good enough.
Wow.
He
wasn't saying that in his first season. I'm sure Bill did not say that in his first season.
I think he is good enough. He is good enough.
He's good enough.
Daniel says looks like Torreira is leaving. Hope we get good offers for him. We need the money, Robbie. Big up Kelechi. Well, listen, it doesn't mean he's leaving. Sometimes, you know what agents are like. It doesn't necessarily mean he's leaving.
To find the best deal for their client.
Yeah. Dr. Viraj says, hi, Robbie. How much do you reckon we could get for Torreira if we sell him? I think we can get around 25 million, which we paid 26 million for him, right? So we'd lose if we did. Add another 20 million to it, and we could get Thomas Partey. Sounds simple, was everybody? But
simple, but what I want to say is that I kind of the statement put out by the representative was actually very respectful. Everything was depending on Arsenal, dependent. Yes, he has put out the soundbite. No,
it's not respectful.
Politics, you understand? These are politics. He's just playing politics.
He's added that bit in there and to make it sound that it's not respectful that you come out and start talking about somebody like that, and we ain't even resumed playing football back.
He is not an employee of Arsenal. His own concern is his client.
I know, but is he doing the best for his client when he comes out now and says this in an interview? That's his client. That's your client, but is that the best for your client right in this current climate? AC Milan are not going to have. Arsenal want at least 30 million for him.
I didn't get that.
Oh,
could you try again?
That's my phone. The Siri going off randomly, right? AC Milan, right? AC Milan will not, or whoever it is. I don't think they'll pay 30 million pounds, and that Arsenal will want that minimum. They pay 26 million for him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, it's not the right time to be coming out and saying stuff like this for me, for his agent. I just think, you keep your mouth shut.
Remember the other day, Ozil's agent said something similar. Oh, well, he's going to stay out his last year.
That's different.
Normal. That's
different.
Agents, yeah.
No, but that's different.
These are things that they throw in. I mean, we've heard rumors about William. William has said this. I'm signing to. It's normal.
Yeah, but we in the case of those two that you just named, we know William's leaving. His contract's up at the end of the season. He's been trying to negotiate with Chelsea. We know Ozil at the end of next season. That was no shock to anybody that we know he's going to stay on and leave at the end of next season. But in the case of Torreira, right, the City, seemingly a very important player at Arsenal, his agent coming out now. Remember, we ain't reached the end of the season yet. Now, and talking about how he'd like to move back to Italy. I think that's not the right thing to do. It's not the right time. That is bad timing.
For me as a fan, it's not the right time. I have to see that from two perspectives.
I'm sure for Torreira,
it's not the right time, but his client.
Yeah, but I don't think Torreira will be happy with this. I really don't. I think Torreira will not be happy with this at all. Mr. A says if we lose Torreira, Xhaka, and Aubameyang this summer and don't replace them with quality, then we're finished. I don't think that will happen. That we lose. You can't lose all three of them. Jesus, that would be meltdown time. Mr. Rotten says we have played Torreira out of position and we've wasted one of the most promising talents. If he wants to go, so be it. We can't blame him or force him to stay. You know what? That's a good point. Yet again, like you said, we've got a player, quality player, and we're not playing him in. Why are we not just? We bought the guy as a defensive midfielder. I couldn't understand Emery trying to play him as a number 10. And what was? No one. Oh man, I'll tell you. Baldwin says, Robbie, if it means letting Torreira go to get Thomas Partey, so be it. I want Partey like yesterday. He has the qualities we want in the midfield. Well,
I have to. This whole Partey hype. I'm an Arsenal fan, and I don't like when we hype players too much. I get scared.
I agree with you.
Let's take it easy. I pray.
I agree with you. Right, this Partey is a good player. He looked good in those games against Liverpool, but some of the hype I've seen around Partey, I'm like, yo, he's not Vieira. He looks a very good player. But then so was Torreira.
Exactly.
Look when Torreira was playing for Uruguay. How he marked Messi out of the game that time.
Yeah.
His quality, we just ain't been playing him right. I mean, players can become homesick, or they can not fit into the country they arrive at. But how do we know that Partey? I mean, he looks the part. I think that's the thing with Partey. When you look at him, he looks the part. Every one of us.
An African boy, he's a boy too, not Nigeria. Before they say I hype Nigeria, You understand?
He's not Nigerian. He's Ghanaian.
He knows what to see. The way he will hustle. You understand?
Yeah.
But
you know what it is.
I prefer Ndidi because Ndidi knows the league.
Yeah.
And has been consistent over the years. I would prefer Ndidi. If they're going to cost the same amount, well, then go.
You prefer Ndidi.
He's going to want to play in the Champions League. So it's Partey as well. So I don't know.
So you prefer Ndidi?
Oh, yeah, obviously. He's proven
nothing to do with the fact that he's Nigerian, yeah?
No. I'm not biased.
Yeah. But to me, right, Partey is quality. He's quality, but we've got a quality defensive midfielder. As I said, I think what it is that it's like that Vieira syndrome in our head. We used to have the best defensive midfielder around in Patrick Vieira. I mean, he was more than just a defensive midfielder. He was the complete defensive, offensive midfielder, box to box. He was all of it rolled into one, yeah? And since he's gone, we've never, ever had a player like him since. So a lot of times when you see a player of the stature of Partey, you think, yeah, Vieira-like. Yeah. And I think that's why a lot of Arsenal players, a lot of Arsenal fans are so hooked on Partey at the moment. But let's keep Torreira. To me, I don't mind keeping Torreira. Trent Singh says, why are there so many rumours of players leaving? Are the players not seeing the positive signs under Arteta? Are they seeing a lack of ambition? Well, listen, I think just going into the rumours, there's no football on at the moment. And when there's no football on at the moment, newspapers, websites, publications, they think, what can we talk about?
Yeah.
Transfer rumours. So if they're interviewing anybody, the first question they ask them is about their player. You know what I mean? So, but that's why I think this is the wrong time. In a time when rumours are getting made up, why fuel the fire as an agent and make it worse for your client?
No, he's trying to issue a bidding war for more money. He's thinking about himself and his client. It's more money. It's the business.
Timothy said, "Take me."
I'm an Arsenal fan, and I get it. But as a football agent, he's not thinking about it. Maybe he doesn't even support Arsenal. He supports one Uruguay club. He won't care. He needs his money and his client's money.
He supports. You know, he supports Money FC. That's what he supports. You know what I mean? Timothy King says, "Hey Robbie, I think if we are to sell Torreira for at least £35 million, we should go and get a quality DM. Big up to Kelechi. Much love from Nigeria." The thing is about it is that for me, it's how much we get for him. And I just think in this current climate, we're not going to get what he's worth.
I'm still struggling with sometimes. Yeah, I think about it and I struggle with why we are going for Partey and not using Torreira. Because if you look at it, Xhaka seems undroppable. All the coaches that have come always play him. And he's not your normal box-to-box, or he's not a schemer like Ceballos. So and you play Xhaka and Ceballos. You know what he's doing, he's scheming and he's unlocking Ozil a little bit. And then you bring Partey. So you play Xhaka and Partey. Who's going to be doing the scheme? What's going to happen? So why not play Torreira? If you're telling me you're going to get a midfielder in the mode of a Ramsey that we miss, obviously, then I say, okay, different mode of midfielder. But if Xhaka is sitting back, turning towards the left back to protect, on the left side, and then you have another Partey sitting, so who's going to be scheming? Everything's going to rest on Ozil, I guess. So I'm still trying to work out what the manager is trying to do. I know he has a plan, but I can't work out what he's trying to do. Why not play the Torreira? That's his specialty. He doesn't dodge from any tackle. He's in there. He's talking.
Yeah, I like Torreira, man. I like Torreira. I mean, this guy says Partey bigger than Ndidi. Bring him in. See what I'm saying? When I say about the Vieira thing, bigger than Ndidi.
Yeah, that boy that he's a Ghanaian. He's a
Ghanaian. But he says Partey is bigger than Ndidi. Bring him in. He says Ghana, the better football country between the two.
The stats don't say so. I don't mind him. How many Ghanaians play abroad, sir? He'll be doing anything. Charlie, but it's my brother. He's my brother. You understand? So,
He just set off the whole Ghanaian.
Whenever I see Katie, I just shout, Charlie, Akwaba. He just come over. That's all. You understand? Yeah. He thinks I'm Ghanaian, but look how what is Nigeria.
Hey, tell me something. If Nigeria played Ghana, is that like say England Scotland, or is that like is that like sort of the international version of Tottenham Arsenal?
Yeah. It's mad.
I'd love to go to that game whenever it happens. Jack Ashworth says the hierarchy are frauds if Torreira leaves. We're being conned if we are losing our best assets and players are running down their contracts. We were promised this wouldn't happen. True?
Well, like I said to you the other day, I mean, the manager comes in, he takes stock of his players, he knows the players that he wants. Let's not forget that I don't think has Arteta seen any transfer window.
Maybe just January.
And we didn't buy anybody, did we?
No, just Mary and Cedric.
Yeah, so he knows what he wants. That's why he brought in Mary. He wanted a left-footed, left-side central defender. So he knows what he wants. So if he says, okay, Torreira doesn't fit the bill for me, he's a good player, I love him, but he doesn't fit the bill, I want this person, then we have to respect it, And again, as regards to the hierarchy, I mean, I have my differences with the hierarchy as well, because like he rightly said, we were promised a lot of things will not happen. But in as much as they happen, maybe obviously there must have been a spillover from the previous regime. But my problem is still the whole 12.5% pay cut. No other club has taken 12.5% pay cut. Why? Are we that broke? What is going on? No, I'm looking at Norwich. I'm looking at clubs that are bigger than Bournemouth. They are not taking pay cut at the moment. But Arsenal are taking pay cut. What is going on?
It's true.
We were promised, better things. That's why I told you that sometimes financial intelligence, let's leave Wenger the coach. Wenger the financial intelligence, it will not happen. I might look like one Wenger proponent. That's fine, whatever you want to call me. But it will not happen because you need that brain to find out one or two things. Football operations. You appoint this person, you appoint different people to. Now, what are they doing? They're just complicating the issue.
It is interesting that what you say there, that Arsenal are the only club to have taken this 12.5% pay cut.
And that's why.
I don't.
Cold feet about it. I understand him. He has to also listen to his advisors. I understand him, but
what was interesting? I was on the phone a couple of days ago to one of my friends, and he said to me the same thing he was saying, what you're saying. He goes, Arsenal, Robbie, from what I can see, Arsenal the only team of all these big clubs that where their players have been taking this pay cut, which has been very controversial. He goes, then I look at Everton, which basically has the guys that used to be at Arsenal who wanted to buy it from, buy the club from, Kroenke. They haven't had to take no pay cuts. And these guys are financing it and even trying to build a new stadium. Yeah. You just wonder, and then you hear rumors today that, Stan Kroenke, he's loaned, I think, already $400 million to help to build the LA Rams stadium over there in Los Angeles. And apparently he's looking for another $500 million loan and longer to pay it back to be able to get it all done. So does he have financial problems or it's because it is strange that we were like the first immediately can we take a pay cut?
The pace, they started leaking things to the media, it was not orchestrated. And you're like, what is going on here?
Yeah, are we that broke?
Started blasting Ozil. I'm thinking, because maybe he hasn't seen the full picture. He doesn't understand it, just like the fans. We don't understand it. And
then you know what that means. Come the summer, don't look for. I mean, obviously, coronavirus would have. Every club's going to be suffering, but it looks like we might be suffering more than anybody else. And why is that? When the highest ticket prices, stuff like that. Why? Why are we the?
It's a Champions League budget on the Europa League. Well, Man United are in the Europa League on a Champions League budget as well. Actually, they signed a Portuguese player on big money and pay him big money. They signed the guy on loan and they're paying him money. So are they plucking it from the tree? Are we not the same big club in the same situation? So what's going on?
Yeah, it's very interesting. This man Gunner says, if Torreira personally wants to leave, we should let him go. Also, Robbie, if Arteta sells some of our players, we could fund someone who is stronger and can help to rebuild a team. And he says, big up Kelechi. Lone Star Londoner says, Torreira is real quality. He fights for us. I think he says a shame to sell him when we have had some awful experience with overpaid players. It's the only issue I agree with you on, Robbie. Oh, thanks. He agrees with me on one thing. Elliot Roberts says, greetings from Toronto. He said, great to see Kelechi. Kelechi, who would you keep and who would you get rid of out of our 8 centre-backs at Arsenal? You know what? We spoke about this morning, right, Kelechi? So basically on the show, let me see if I've got my... I had it written there, yeah. So basically on the show this morning, this is probably when you were sleeping.
I'm going to see something.
This is when you were sleeping, yeah, because I know you wake up late, right? But this morning when I did the show, I basically was just outlining to people that currently at Arsenal, for a team where we always moan and say, you know, we're very weak in that position of centre-back and we ain't got those centre-backs, and we've got 8 centre-backs currently at Arsenal. David Luiz, Mustafi, Socrates, Callum Chambers, Rob Holding, Mavropanos, Pablo Mari, and of course Saliba, he is here now. His loan move's been cut short, so in effect he's still here. So I was saying that is 8 centre-backs that we currently have at Arsenal, and I was saying, what do we do with them? Who do you? Because really and truly, you only need 4. You need the 2 there and 2 backup, yeah.
No,
so which out of
you understand? Huh? So you might need 5.
Yeah, some people are suggesting 5, but I'm saying if you had to keep 4 and get rid of 4, who would be the 4 that you would keep and who would be the 4 you get rid of?
Wow.
And don't sit on the fence like you always do. Come on, give me an answer.
No, I mean it depends on how you look at it. You know, it's not that easy to answer. You look at it. Luis is the leader in the team. Definitely, he has to stay. Is he going to stay for 3-4 years? No, maybe 1 or 2 years, 1 year at least. And then
Luis
get rid of from Holding. Holding is 24. He's getting there. So it's not the answer of getting rid of this 4 and keep.
So hold on. So you're keeping Luis. Obviously, you're going to keep Saliba because Saliba's there. So you got 2 more to keep out of those 8.
I'm going to keep 6 or something.
You can't keep up with 6. We don't need 6. 4. No. I'm saying to you, listen. I'm Stan Kroenke now. You're Arteta. I'm telling you, I can't afford 8. You got to get rid of 4, and you can only keep 4. So you give me 2 already. You're keeping Luis. You're keeping Saliba. Who else?
I'm keeping Mustafi, definitely. I like the
Mustafi. And who else? I'll tell you got left. You got Socrates, Callum Chambers, Holding. Oh, you said Holding, you're keeping. Mavropanos, Pablo Mari.
Yeah, so, I mean, I know, let me keep more than 4.
No, you can see that. You can only keep 4. 4. No, 4.
No, an injury, you can have
injury. You can only keep 4. You can only keep 4. We can make Xhaka drop back into centre-back if there's an injury. You can only keep 4. You've gone for Luis, Mustafi, Saliba, right? Who else?
And I don't know. Rob Holding, I don't know.
Actually, you chose. Your choice. So you've gone for David Luiz, Rob Holding, Saliba, obviously, and Holding. That's exactly what I said.
No. Mustafi has to be there.
Yeah, sorry. I went Luiz. Yeah, sorry. Luiz, Mustafi, Holding, and Saliba.
Mustafi might be crazy at times, but that guy.
Yeah, that was actually the 4 I said as well.
That guy, the area balls he wins, he doesn't get credit for it. That guy.
Yeah, but sometimes mistakes.
That first 10-20 minutes. The remaining of the match. Oh my God.
The problem is right. The problem is he'll win an era ball, but then after that, you make a mistake. Prayash says, sick of seeing these invincible tweets today. It seems like we're clinging to it more than ever. Need to focus on winning something important again. Well, come on, Prayash, man. What's wrong with you, man? Come cheer up, bruv. What's wrong with bigging up the Invincibles? That's an achievement that we should be proud of.
Yeah, of course, but if football was on, obviously we won't have those amount of tweets.
Exactly. We wouldn't be talking about that if the football was on.
We just mark it once or twice and that's it. But
Somebody says, Robbie, you were back in the pay cut. What are you on about? Listen, no, I weren't. Hold on. Get your facts right? What happened is when they did the pay cut, I said that I didn't think what Ozil did was right because all of his other teammates all said they'll take a pay cut. So this is how I am. Even if I don't think we should take the pay cut, which I've said from day one, I don't see the reason why a big club like Arsenal should be doing a pay cut. But if they're saying, right, these are the reasons, they've sat them all down, and my team are saying we're going to take a pay cut, for me, Ozil, as the top earner at the club, should have played as well. It's your team. Your team, the manager and your teammates there's only 3 people out of a squad of 40-odd that refused. And I think that a guy like Ozil should have said that because his teammates done it. But pay cut,
I agree with you. I think as much as I don't blame him, maybe the picture is not clear, he's listening to his advisors, but I understand what you're saying. I'm a team player as well, solidarity. Yeah. I'm a team player.
Yeah, I would have done it. I mean, listen, I understand, and I really do understand what Ozil's saying, about where's it going to go and that, because what he's saying there, Ozil, us as fans, we've been saying that for years. Where does the money go? But I just feel that, obviously they would have more information on what's going on than us. And the team took the pay cut. So as a team player, I would have took the pay cut. And the position he's in, he would probably not feel it as much as the others. But anyway, this guy says, hi, Robbie. It's the Al Shabs. He says, love your shows. Big up Kelechi. I think we should keep Torreira as a competitor to Partey. So what he's basically saying is keep Torreira and get Partey. I like that talk. That's what we should be doing. We should be improving.
That's a winning mentality talk. That's a winning mentality talk.
Yes. Pineapple the Fruit Dude says how Xhaka is preferred in his position over Torreira by all his managers is mind-blowing to me. Explain. Explain. Because I know you always got an explanation for that. Explain why is he always preferred?
It's not all about mostly tackles and there are patterns in football. You understand? There's what we call gameplay, switching play, different things in football. It's not just about sitting deep, tackling, winning. That's part of it as well. But there's another part going forward, and that's what it's no surprise that the 3 or 4 managers we've had this season, I can't remember 3. Even Wenger kept playing him. There's something that he brings to the team. There's definitely something because 4 of them cannot be stupid. That's my view.
Yeah.
That's why it looks like, I defend him too much and all that, because I see it. Without Xhaka, and I'm making this bold statement, maybe Xhaka won't be playing very well as he's playing now without Xhaka, because Xhaka feels him for him, supports him very well. You need to, when you watch the game, even in defense, the left-sided central defender, sometimes he drops in. He has changed the pattern. That's why he looks undroppable. We are not saying he's the best in the position in the world, no. But he's at the short term, he's effective for Arsenal. So
Nick P says he's right. You did back a pay cut, right? I remember the first video where you said other clubs should be ashamed they haven't followed suit. No, I did not. Come on, man. Show me that video there. Right? I did not. As I said, what I did back is the fact that once this pay cut thing had come in, as I said, I just felt that before your teammates are doing it, you should do it too. That's how I'm just going from a teammate's point of view. But like we're saying, why us? Why is it us again with a pay cut?
Why?
Why? What I was saying at the beginning of that as well is that, and to be fair to Arsenal, they have done this. I was saying, why are they asking players to take a pay cut? What about Kroenke? But they did actually. All the directors and all that of Arsenal have taken a 30% pay cut. It's even more. And they've taken that for a whole season, and they did that actually before the players. So, but as you said, why us?
Why us? You look at everything too. You look at the academy, they're not selling players like before at big money or at least substantial money for their age. You look at Javier Amechi went for peanuts, like basic peanuts. And you're thinking, okay, what's going on here? Emery, I'm not going to put him in the squad for the Europa League final. Well, just put the boy. These are the things that will increase his money. Just put him in the squad, not in the not like maybe in the starting 11 or starting 18, but just let him travel. A lot of things, and you're thinking to yourself, who is advising these people? A lot of things,
Not
change the fortune and the price of a player.
Ramsey.
Do you understand?
Not giving him a new contract. Some really crazy stuff has been going on. Paul Making 1980 says, "Hi Robbie, even though I'm a Man United fan, I'm a big fan of yours and your channel. If Torreira leaves Arsenal, what are the key areas Arsenal need to strengthen?" He says, "Big up Kelechi." Well, that area, that defensive midfielder position is a key area.
It's a key area. We are not even sure if Aubameyang will go. That is a big question mark. So for me,
but I look on it and I say, if Aubameyang went, which I hope he doesn't, I think there's other players we can get to. You can Martinelli, and you can maybe convert Pepe.
Balogun, that Nigerian boy from the academy. Balogun Afolarin.
Yeah. But if you lose Torreira, we have to replace him. We have to replace Torreira because he just. Why are we not giving Torreira a chance? I don't understand. I don't understand why he doesn't get a chance.
I mean, it's a competitive sport. So if he's not doing what he's being told in training, and Ceballos is doing it, remember there was a time Ceballos came back from injury, was on the bench for a while. Then later on, he gave an interview to say, "Okay, I started understanding what the manager was expecting of me, and I started doing it, putting in the work." And then he started, he started. You understand? If I can use that tautology. So, and just putting the work. I think Arteta is a fair coach. He gave everybody a clean slate. That's why people like Mustafi play regularly. You understand? So if you put in the work and you're doing what's expected of you, he's a very tactical coach. He will play.
All right. Bill says, "Please, our problem is with the owner. I've been crying out for almost 10 years now. Sell the club to the Nigerian, please. Now we're going down. I tell you, going down. It's not as bad as that."
I mean,
Nathaniel,
is their money, is their club. We need to, if they want to sell, it's up to them. But obviously, Dangote has not hidden his desire to buy the club, although he's still building his refinery. Is not yet done, and until it's done, that's when he can have some cash to buy the club. So at the moment, I don't even think he's ready until maybe 2021, 2022. Then maybe.
Would he have enough money?
Yeah, I mean, if the refinery starts working well, oil prices are going up. Not oil prices.
Oil prices on the floor at the moment.
Zero.
Oil prices at the moment. Water's more expensive, apart from when you go to a petrol pump. That is. So
yeah, and he has a big fertilizer plant as well. He's got money.
Okay. Nathaniel Lawrence says, "Robbie, we always complain about Kroenke not spending and that we're not happy with him, but every single season, the same fans who complain contribute to him." Well, it's difficult. We love that club, man.
I'm going to support my club. I'm going to, entertain myself. Football is a lifestyle for me, so I have to pay to watch it. Doesn't mean I'm really contributing to him. I have to pay my players. I have to sustain the club. I have to help out with the workers in the club. Match day, the club, they get enough from match day revenue. That's why they are struggling. That match day revenue is key to keep workers like me in their jobs. So I will pay my season ticket, no regrets. But I'll still find a way to hold the club accountable. For certain stuff that I do not agree with.
Of course. Esteri says Torreira is better than Xhaka. He scored at least one goal against Liverpool this season. When was the last time Xhaka scored a goal?
It's not about, that's the problem I have with fans generally. It's not about the goals always. There are different things to a game. I remember that time, the first time I'm calling this boy's name. I can't believe it. 49 minutes. I don't call Iwobi.
Iwobi.
49 minutes. Hey. I remember when, Iwobi was being criticized and overtly criticized, in my opinion, sometimes. And then I asked somebody, but you remember Alexander Lev? He said yes. He said, well, yeah, he was a fantastic player for Arsenal. And I said, well, he only scored 4 goals in 3 years. And how many assists? The person just was stunned. But what? He's a great player because he will open up spaces, he will get out of tight spaces, he will dribble, he will do the create chances for his friends and his teammates. That was how effective he was. He was never a flop. But in this day and age, you just judge players by their goals. And there are other patterns in the game that without it, the other player cannot function.
Yeah.
There are certain things Aubameyang told me when I was at Leicester about Iwobi as well. They rate him well. He knows that Iwobi against Burnley. He said Iwobi was desperate for me to be the highest goal scorer. You can't give him balls. So you rate the player in the things he knows how to do well. But obviously, when he gets a chance, he should bury the chance. We know that he should bury it. So we will criticize him for that. But in the other things that he does, taking the ball forward, attacking space, and doing that. I mean, Trent Alexander-Arnold is scared of him. There's a reason for that. But yes, the other things that he doesn't do, criticizing, he keeps saying he will improve. So just back to the point, is about the pattern. Xhaka brings something different, to the team. Yes, sometimes it might take a long shot and it will go in. Yeah, that's an added advantage.
Rose Ed. What, take the long shot and it goes in Rose Ed?
He has got some screamers, but we just need to understand that players are in the team for specific reasons. Yeah. That is why
I think as well with you know what it is with Xhaka as well. I think one of the reasons why a lot of managers do like to play him is he's quite an aggressive player.
Yeah.
In a team that sometimes lacks a bit of that, when you've got him in at midfield, he's an aggressive guy. He's an aggressive player, right? So I think that's why a lot of times he gets the nod in there as well.
That and I just bring this final point. We had 7 central midfielders. I mean, central defenders, and Arteta still went to buy a left-sided, left-footed centre back. It shows you about patterns.
Okay. Arsenal 14 Forever says Torreira was class at Sampdoria. He was like Kante. He will be the greatest midfielder in Arsenal if he was to play week in, week out. Big up Kelechi, number 1 Nigerian. Right. Again, that guy's he was class at Sampdoria.
Yeah.
Remember, we had to pay a lot of money to get him over the line.
He was class. He won 3 man of the match awards in a row.
But I don't know. It's a mystery why he hasn't been getting more game time. Gio says, I feel you have the best academy. I'm an AC Milan fan, and I feel you need to keep your young talent with a mixture of veterans. You have to let some gems go. You've let some gems go like Rene Adelaide and also my guy Benecha. He says, big up. Rene Adelaide was, again, always injured at Arsenal, but a top player, man. Top talent. He's done very well since he's been played, isn't he?
1 million.
Again.
1 million.
And then went to, what was it? He was sold for peanuts, went to, I forgot the name of the team he was playing for because we played him in pre-season.
Is it Lille or something?
Huh?
Is it Lille or Lyon or Auxerre?
No. It's, I forgot the name, man. We played him over in France. So I went to the game. And then he left from there and he's now, he's at Lyon now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's at Lyon, yeah.
Yeah, and in the French team. Talented player, but I think at our time he did have a lot of injuries at Arsenal,
Yeah. Same as Gnabry as well. So.
Yeah, Ruben Isaac says, Kelechi, now that Igalo has joined United, would you support us?
Igalo FC. Igalo once said, favor over labor. And in Nigeria, they were blasting him. What do you mean? Favor over labor. So you don't want to work hard. The way he moved to Man United, people say, yeah, it's true. Favor over labor. So that's my guy. Yeah, we are Igalo FC.
And this guy says, sorry, Kelechi, but Iwobi was not good enough for the club. He needed to do better. He said, love the channel, by the way.
Again, people do not understand patterns. Because if you look at it, all the coaches that came in played him for a reason. Again, like I said in your last show, Iwobi was not sold for his footballing abilities. Iwobi was sold because the club did not have any money. That one we know for a fact. Quote me anywhere. So, again, it happened. I'm not trying to defend the guy or anything. He's in Everton. We wish him well. Fans gave him a great reception when they went there. But we know the reason why he was sold. it won't be. It won't be. I don't want to go into the details of it, but he was not meant to go at all. So I don't know, but it's his opinion. I have to respect it.
Julio 19 says Angers. That's it. Thank you. Angers was the team that he went to, and he was doing really well there. And now he's got a big move to Lyon, doing well. Yeah. Nice kid as well, man. Nice kid, René Adelaide. Really is. This gentleman says South Africa representing. He said we need 5 centre backs. We have the worst record in injuries. We have other cup games, FA Cup, UEFA. Hopefully, keep 5. Saliba. You see that? Well, this is the problem with Arsenal. What you know what I mean? We've got to be ruthless, man. You want to keep all 8 knowing you. You know what I mean? But you can't. There's too many. 8. I don't think we need 5. I don't think we need 5 centre backs. I really don't. Pep Guardiola ain't got 5, is he?
Last season, he took the injury of to Chambers, and we're all panicking. Mustafi was not getting a look in.
No, but that's because a load of them were injured. Fair enough to what that guy was saying. A load of them were injured. But you've got Xhaka who can drop in and help out in defence. You can always go and get a loan deal. You don't need what?
No, he's still not a centre back. He's still not a centre back, Xhaka. He does well when he comes in here, but he's still not a centre back.
Yeah, you don't need 5. You don't need 5. Bring Zach Medley up from the kids to fill in if it got that bad. You know what I mean? You don't need 5. Get 4 of them off the wage bill and use that money in the right areas.
More than 5 as well in other clubs as well. That's normal.
No, but there's a lot of clubs that operate like say Pep Guardiola. He operates with a small squad, don't he? Guardiola, he always operates with quite a small squad.
Yeah, that's why Fernandinho drops in. He has about 3 or 4.
Yeah, look, he's using Fernandinho dropping in there.
Because guess what? Unluckily for him, Laporte had an injury. John Stones, we don't know.
Rubbish.
What's the third defender again? Otamendi, and I can't remember the 4th one. They're about.
That's what I'm saying. Theo says we as fans should ask ourselves why Xhaka has always started under every manager. He was the captain in Germany, and he's captain of his national team. It's like we don't know something.
Exactly. I'm of the same point. He is doing something that we do not know.
Like he's underachieved, though, isn't he?
Sorry?
He's underachieved, Xhaka.
No. See, it's a team sport. You can bring a player and say he has underachieved. I don't know that. I don't want to go into that, but it's a team sport. The whole team has underachieved, not just
the whole team. Yeah, true. That's fair. That's fair. The whole team. But he also, I don't know. When he came in again, I thought possibly he could be the. As I said, it's the Vieira syndrome. So every time we're looking for a player that's going to step in and do what Vieira did, and we haven't been able to find that.
As well. Football changed. Remember, football changed. You had the mode of
football change. You could drop Vieira, get Vieira from the Invisible, drop him in right now. He would still be dominating our midfield.
I think something happened.
He's ahead of his time.
Arsene Wenger tried to move on with the trends as well, like playing a Xabi Alonso kind of player, like Arteta. That kind of thing. In Madrid, before you knew it was Xabi Alonso manning the midfield. He's not your typical physical defensive midfielder. No. So football changed. Football moved on a little bit. And I think that's what Wenger was trying to do with Xhaka as well. But maybe it didn't work well.
No. Given says we've got to be ruthless. But we have an error-prone Xhaka, and he's not happy. He says, F that. He said Xhaka should be leaving. Anyone would look terrible around him. So he's not having Xhaka. He's not having Xhaka. This guy says, Mike Dennis says, out of the 8 centre-backs, I would keep Saliba, Mari, Louise, and Holding. And Chambers. The rest I would sell. Pineapple Fruit Dude says, Xhaka has good performances, but one mistake is always about to happen. Nearly every game. That is a fair... I think that's what's let him down. It's the mistakes, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he's had a few mistakes, which he needs to cut out. But
more than a few. Quite a few. Jasper says, I think Martinelli is our best young player. Do you agree with that?
Yeah. his quality. I just can't wait to see him as a striker. I think I want to see him play that striking position as well. He's good on the left. I just want him to start every game. That's all. Because he's got the fights, the madness, the ginger. He's got everything. Start the boy.
Wilson says Man City's lack of centre backs is the reason that they are far ahead. He says that Liverpool are far ahead of them. Maybe true, but last season they won the league with the same sort of system. You know what I mean? They don't go for big squads.
They had company. That's the difference.
Oh yeah, they had company. Sorry, yeah. So what was it? Company, Stone,
Laporte,
Otamendi. They brought Laporte in.
No, Laporte played last season.
Laporte. So it's four centre backs,
if not more. There's this young kid as well from the academy. They had about 5.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. We'd have four centre backs, and we can bring Zach Medley from the academy.
I just shot myself in the foot. Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Kyle McKay says Xhaka has needed to step up, but he's a behind the scenes leader more than a no-show captain.
I mean, I think he's got leadership qualities. I think even till now, he's still pulling his weight in the team when you see him on the field as well. Yeah, he's got leadership qualities. See, you don't, and this leadership thing, he's the captain of his country.
Remember that?
I understand that.
That's a lot of leadership. That was a great leadership.
See, that was
great leadership. That reminded me. The last time I saw leadership like that was Gallas. Remember Gallas that time when he just sat on the floor? I am taking the mick a bit, right? Because he does have leadership qualities. You can see you'll see him talking to players and stuff like that, but he just let himself down with that badly with that incident, you know, and it's hard to forget it. Jan Edwin, says I hope Arsenal fans stop complaining about Kroenke and asking for more money. As long as we spend what we make, we should be happy. Arteta knows. I'm not too sure.
The person might be right because we operate a self-sustaining model, isn't it? That's what they call it. So the person is right. That's what they said they're operating. Well, operating.
It depends what you mean by self-sustaining. If it's self-sustaining,
you spend what you earn. That's self-sustaining. That's what it means. Basically.
Yeah. What about self? What about? I don't know. I want to see winning in there somewhere. It's all right, self-sustaining. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, how much did you make? Yeah, we lost it, but everything's balanced and that's fine. But
trust me, the winning is coming.
I want to be winning.
Coronavirus will reset the financial balance in football.
So we're relying on coronavirus now.
Coronavirus is everybody.
Well, it seems to have affected us even more because, like you said, we're the only team that's so far forcing our players to take a pay cut.
That's true, though.
We're going to do a few more. We'll do a couple more now. We're coming towards the end of the show. Let's get Sheldon here. He says, our fans, starting with Robbie, needs to stop overrating our players. Having a pop at me tonight. He says, for example, Saka had a pleasant season. Robbie says he's brilliant. Brilliant is when you're competing for trophies. Not necessarily. There's brilliant players playing for clubs that ain't competing for trophies. It depends what club you're at. You can still be a brilliant player, and you're not competing for a trophy. So, Saka was brilliant this season.
Yeah.
Saka, they brought out a thing the other day. All right, so when this guy says about overrating players, yeah? No disrespect, Sheldon. They brought out a list the other day of the top-rated young players in world football right now, and Saka's in that top 10.
Of course.
So we're not overrating him. Martinelli was in that top 10. I think we had 3 players in there. We had Martinelli in there, Saka, and Saliba. All of them were in that top 10 best young players in the world right now. So we're not overrating them. Everybody's rating them. Am I wrong?
No, you're right. We are supporting them. We are hoping that they do well and they fulfill their potential. Nobody's saying they fulfilled anything. Nobody's saying that. I mean, they are still rough in our eyes. But they're going to fulfill it because sometimes I wonder when Arteta is benching Martinelli, and I'm wondering, I'm like fuming. And I'm like, but maybe there's something he's seeing that I'm not seeing because he's a professional. Remember at Chelsea, he was almost being taken up before he scored that goal. They wanted to take him up.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So, and I'm wondering, but why would you want to take a pacey player off when you're 10 men? But maybe he's seeing something that I don't know. So these are the things. But I mean, yes, we have to, temper our expectations a little bit and just support them and guide them to fulfill their potential.
Wilson says Xhaka is our very own Henderson. When he's not in the team, it's so visible in our play.
In a way, yes. In a way, yes.
Henderson.
Yes. In a way, yes.
No.
See, with the midfield that Liverpool have, quality midfield. Still, when Henderson is not there, you will know.
Yeah, I know. No, but he's not on the. No,
we're not saying
on that level. That's what he needs to be. He needs to be consistent, like how Henderson is. And to be fair, under Arteta, he has been consistent and he's been playing well. But throughout his time at Arsenal, he's not been consistent, and he's not. We can't compare him to Henderson. No, Henderson has been.
We're not saying this about Henderson under previous managers. Henderson only came through to himself under Klopp.
Yeah, well, Klopp's been there for about 4 or 5 years now.
Sorry?
That means for the last 4 or 5 years he's been playing well.
Who? Henderson
under Klopp.
Well, yeah, but so he has just met Arteta now, Xhaka. So give him time. Maybe he'll be there.
How much time? I mean, listen, he's definitely improved under, but he's been. The difference between him and Henderson, Henderson is consistently good, week in, week out.
Was he consistent before?
Xhaka's not been. Xhaka's been too.
No, was Henderson consistent before Klopp? Is the question.
Klopp's been there for 5 years.
So
He's been consistent for the last. Speak to Liverpool fans. He's been consistent for the last 5 years. Xhaka's been consistent for a couple of months. He's up and down. That's part of the problem.
No, but that's what I'm saying. He's been consistent under Klopp for the past 5 years. Klopp. Under Hodgson, he wasn't.
Yeah, but
under Dalglish, I think he played under Dalglish, so I can't remember. He wasn't. But my man Xhaka has just met Arteta.
All right, let's see.
To be consistent. So give him some.
He needs to step it up fast. Babatunde says Arsenal are bigger than Liverpool here in Nigeria.
Of course, by far.
Jan Advin says Liverpool are the best right now and have not gotten any money from their owner. It can be done. We need our best players. I miss Ramsey. We had Alex on the other night from the Cop Fan TV Liverpool channel, and basically he was, talking about how they've done it. But the thing is, they had assets. So Coutinho gets sold. They use that money to go and buy, Van Dijk, Alisson. Where then he says he misses Ramsey. How much did we get for him? There you go. That's zero. Yeah, we couldn't even buy a cheeseburger with the money that we got for him. Absolutely nothing. This guy says, believe in yourself. He says Chelsea is bigger than Arsenal and Man United in Nigeria.
No. Kano changed things in Nigeria. Kano changed the dynamics. Chelsea have a very, very big fan base, though. A few Nigerians have played for them, Papayaro, Mikel, and the rest of them. So they have a very big fan base, but not on Arsenal.
John says, I agree. COVID-19 has affected the Arsenal board more than other teams. The board is socially distancing from paying the players.
Some humor there. I like that humor.
We're gonna get two more. Dexter says, I wish Kroenke showed some ambition and inject some money and help the team. I'm happy with Arteta as a coach as he brings a strong mentality to the team. And we're going to get one more. I'm trying to look for one that hasn't really... let me get this one because we've been talking all night about... Oh, that's not the one. But we've been talking all night about Torreira. I can't find that one now. This guy says, would you use Jan Vertonghen for a free transfer?
Another centre back. So
that's 9. We can have a team. Get 2 more. The whole team can be centre backs. Oh boy, Kelechi, listen, thank you very much for coming on today. I'm sure you're going to wake up early tomorrow to make sure, you know, because you've been waking up really late, mate. You're going to wake up really early to watch the Bundesliga. It starts about, I think the first game is kicking off right just after midday.
Okay.
No, I don't know if that's German time or UK too. Yeah, but I think the first game, Schalke versus Dortmund, which is a massive derby over there. So that's the first one. So it should be good.
Yeah.
Be good to watch a bit of football again.
My brother, very needed, you know, for my sanity. Very needed.
Well, Kelechi, thanks very much for coming on, man, and stay safe. And hopefully, we'll get you back on again soon. I hope to see you soon as well.
No problem, my brother. Stay safe.
All right.
As well.
Thanks. That's Kelechi, and thanks to you guys. We'll see you again in the morning. Don't forget, if you want to join the AFTV FC FIFA team, the link is in the description. Get involved in that right now. We'll be back in the morning.